Hi friends, how you doing? Hope everything's wonderful. Hope everyone has seen the film. I have officially seen this movie, so here's my review, my thoughts, opinions, and feelings about Star Wars Episode 7, The Force Awakens. A movie, honestly, I can't even believe it even exists. I feel like I'm going to wake out of this dream, and I'm going to be very depressed. I just can't believe that this movie actually exists. We didn't know about this film until 2 years ago when thankfully George Lucas gave up his baby. I have nothing bad to say about George Lucas in this video, so if you're looking for a rant on George, look elsewhere. I appreciate what he's done. I love the original trilogy. I actually spent the last week in preparation of seeing this film watching the original trilogy. On these DVD editions, they actually have a bonus disc for each of the original films, and I got to watch them the way people saw them in 1977, 1980, and 1983, so it was a treat to watch those. And I've also stayed away from the internet entirely. Well, I should be honest with you. I have gone on to post pictures, but I don't know what my friends, or at least my online friends and my critic friends, have thought about the film. I don't know what the general public has thought about the movie. I don't know what the important critics that everybody cares about, really, all those important online YouTube critics that everybody really gives a crap about. I don't know what they think yet. I'm curious to find out everyone, but I wanted to go in this movie not really knowing anything, only seeing the 3 trailers, and of course, we are bombarded by merchandise like crazy. But I just had so much excitement for this film, so I really just wanted to stay away from everything. I want to point out that in 2005, when I saw Revenge of the Sith, I remember sitting in the theater with my friends. We had waited all day, and we saw it on opening night. Because most of us, a lot of us were in our late 20s then. Now we're in our late 30s. Most of us thought that this was the last time in our lifetime that we'd ever see a Star Wars movie. George Lucas, for a while, has reported that he is not interested in making any more Star Wars movies. He's ready to make other kinds of movies, which have hardly ever happened. TV shows, some TV shows that happened, like a live-action Star Wars show that, I don't know, maybe it's going to happen now with this whole situation. But George Lucas was talking about this forever, so I thought, okay, as a movie, it's a movie franchise, this is it. Maybe when I'm 80 or 90 or on my deathbed, they'll finally make a new Star Wars movie and tell new stories, because there's so many ideas in this universe, in comic book form, in television, in book, in video games. But I thought that's all we're going to get when it came to the movies. And I'm happy with the original trilogy. I love it. It's a perfect trilogy in my eye. I like the prequels. There is a lot of good stuff in the prequels. Sadly, as a whole, it is a complete mess. But this looked like this was going to be in the right place this time. Now that George Lucas has given it up, stand back and let a younger generation tell these amazing stories that he created over 40 years ago. I'm going to be 40 in 2 years, and Star Wars will be 40 in 2 years. I saw these movies when I was a kid. They were very important to me. And so this brand new film that I thought was never going to exist was going to be very important to me as well, because of who was behind the camera this time. J.J. Abrams has created such great television shows, as we all know, and he's made some really great films, including Super 8, a Spielberg-esque kind of movie. I love the Star Trek films, and he's a big fan of Star Wars, so when it was announced that he would make the official Star Wars movie, the brand new one, Episode 7, produced by Kathleen Kennedy, one of the greatest producers in the world, working with Spielberg and many other talented people, including her husband, Frank Marshall, I was really excited. And that the fact that the entire cast, or the original cast, the 3 important cast members from the original trilogy, was coming back. Mark Hamill, who I'm not going to talk about in this review at all, because we don't know really what he is before seeing the film. We all know that he's Luke Skywalker, but we don't know how he is in this movie. And I'm not going to talk about his performance in the film. I will talk about Harrison Ford and Carrie Fisher, and I will talk about the brand new cast as well. I'm not going to get into the story. Don't want to spoil anything for the few people that have not seen it yet, but I think the whole world has seen this film. And maybe down the road, maybe with a friend, maybe on my own channel or on We Live Film, I will do my own, maybe a spoiler review with some friends that I saw. Because I did see it with my friends. We talked about it after. So they were really the only ones that I knew had an opinion about the film. Everyone else, I just tried to stay away from. I'm still haven't gone on the internet and checked out any of the reviews up to this point. I still haven't. I'm going to, after I get out my thoughts. Sorry, this is taking a while, but after I get out my thoughts, I will go online and check out what other people are saying, because everybody's opinion matters, whether they enjoyed the film or not. As for me, the hype is real. Yes, I can't believe it. I should. I just had so much doubt, just because could be a fluke. Maybe the only thing that the Star Wars trilogy, the original trilogy, is maybe the only thing in this movie universe that we'll ever really get to appreciate and love. And maybe it's just a fluke. And so I did have a little bit of doubt. I had a lot of faith. I wanted to believe in the hype. I had a lot of excitement. I was very emotional leading up to this point, and it's been very trying to finally get a chance to see this movie in true IMAX 3D. I did see it with a group of friends, and these kind of movies you gotta see with friends. And luckily the audience was very respectful. They clapped when they needed to clap, they laughed when they needed to laugh, and they were respectful. And that's what I really appreciate. I was really worried that I'd see with an audience that would just be talking through the entire film. And this audience was great. The new cast, Daisy Ridley, I think her name is. I might have got that wrong. Brand new actress. Reminds you of Keira Knightley. Everyone seems like they get a chance to be introduced properly in this movie. Daisy Ridley, I really enjoyed her character. The chemistry that she had with the rest of the cast just seemed to mix so well. The wise and the new. I really don't want to say the O word, and if I have, I apologize. But I want to say wise and the new. A great mixture of the both. I really like Daisy Ridley. I thought she did a fabulous job. She hit the right emotional beats with this film. The same can be said about John Boyega, who was also in a film that we saw a few years ago, Attack the Block. It was his big movie. So this is a lot of people. I don't think a lot of people saw that film. So this is a chance to really get to see this actor. And I like where these two characters went with this film and how they interacted with the rest of the cast. Oscar Isaac is great as Poe, and I would have loved a little bit more of him in the film. Which comes to my few complaints about this movie, is that there's always you wanting more, and that's a good sign. You always, when you want more in a film, that's pretty damn good. You're craving so much more. You're ready for what's going to happen next in the next films, and whatever else happens, what Disney does with the Star Wars universe. But I thought the new cast really did a fabulous job in this film. And to my surprise, Adam Driver was very convincing. He was very hard to get into for a little while, especially the way he talked underneath the mask. But he was very convincing for what he had to do in this movie. I really believed in him. And he's an actor that I like. I'm not a big fan of Adam Driver, but I thought that he did a great job. But the big surprise, I would say, about the dark side of the Force, Domhnall Gleeson. I'm not going to go in great detail of what he does in this movie, but I will say he gives one of the best speeches I've ever seen in a film. It was so convincing. This skinny, tall guy that I've seen in some romantic comedies, and of course Ex Machina a few months ago, just convincing as being a really bad person. Of course, there's other people in the cast. I'm not going to go into names. You can definitely look them out. It was nice to see little sprinkles of the potential, what's going to happen to those characters in the movie. The main cast, and I'm mainly just going to talk about Harrison Ford and Carrie Fisher. Again, just so wonderful to see them on the big screen together. It's been, again, over 30 years, I believe, then they've been in a movie together, and it's one of the greatest movie romances ever told in cinema. It truly is. I really still believe in their love for each other. And what happens to these characters is just mind-blowing. So beautiful. And how everybody's, will... I don't want to say anything. I don't want to spoil anything in this review, so I'm going to stop right there. What else? I mean, the sceneries, the locations, the practical effects, the CGI, some of the best you're ever going to see in your entire life. They really cared. They shot this on film. God bless you, movie gods above. Bless you, J.J. Abrams and your cast and crew, for really giving a damn about the material first, and then the fans, and then they actually really cared about people who are young and maybe have not seen the original or anything yet, or even seen the prequels first. They care about them as well, and they have given them something that they will cherish when they get older. Like I cherish the original trilogy, seeing that at a young age. The younger generation, especially movie fans, are going to cherish this film, and hopefully the next films to follow, as I did with the original trilogy. Just so much love and respect and attention to detail. Easter eggs abound. A lot of them I did not see. I was just so emotionally entangled into the story that I had some friends talk about the movie afterwards. And they were like pointing out certain things and how the story is very reminiscent of previous Star Wars movies. Not going to go in detail, but it was kind of nice how they somewhat tie each other in somehow. Just very nice, especially for someone like myself who just truly loves it. It means something. It's important to me. In the scheme of things, yes, there are more important things in life, but Star Wars actually stands for something, and it stands for something that's very important, not only as a movie, but as a message, and as it just stands for something very meaningful and something that can stand the test of time. So great storytelling does that, and great filmmaking on top of that just enhances that great storytelling. I'm just excited to see where it goes from here. I have no idea, and what we'll have. Yes, I have somewhat of an idea now. I've seen the film, but I just have no idea where they're going to go, and that's what they did a great job with this film. There's a very important scene that happens in this film that I remember. When it was getting close to that scene, I was like laying it out in my own mind and hoping and praying that it would go that way. For me, that would seal the deal of my opinion about this film. Truly would seal the deal. And when it happened, not in the exact way that I saw, of course, because this movie's not predictable. It didn't feel predictable to me. It felt like something that was a great story that was fun to follow with these great characters. But when that scene happened, I'm not going to talk about it. But when that scene happened, I was like, thank you. You have made Star Wars even more meaningful than it will ever be, or ever have the potential to be. I just think Star Wars is just on another level. The storytelling, the characters, and the attention to detail that these wonderful filmmakers have really put a lot of hard work into it, and it pays off. It shows. This is one of the most beautiful films I've ever seen in my life. I hope that Oscars nominations abound. I don't want to talk about much Oscar nominations, but at least on a technical level, it's a beautiful film, and technically it is pitch perfect. I want to talk about the music really quick. John Williams, of course, is back in the conductor's chair, composer's chair, and just proves once again why he is the greatest score composer in the history of cinema, and will always be. This will be something that will remind us why we love him and care about him so much, why people from around the world will go and actually see him live and perform live. I believe he's in his 80s, and he's still making music and changing the world. And I really hope he has a chance to do it for a long, long time. But I do prepare myself for the day that he will no longer be with us. But I loved his score in this film, and what he does with this film, he again adds the whys, all of the stuff that we are familiar with some new themes, some that have stuck with me. Others will hopefully in time I'll be able to think about more and be reminded of my favorite scenes in this film. I don't know what else to say before I start spoiling stuff, but I will say that this is a near perfect film. There's only a few films out in the world that I can say are perfect. Yes, there are some things that I don't want to discuss that kind of bothered me just a tad. More of a nitpicking, but nothing really major. Nothing really major at all to even worth discussing. But I see it as a movie. It's done by people who are not perfect, and I don't expect for perfection, but I expect, with it being Star Wars, I do expect that they strive for it, that they give a damn. If more people in Hollywood that were making their important films, whether they're big or small, had just like 5% of what this film has, we would never be talking about bad movies ever again. But of course, humans make mistakes. But with this film, nothing really bothered me. Though maybe on repeat visits, I'll see stuff that bothers me, or I'll see stuff that, oh, that was a little flub right there. But on a whole, I really loved this movie. I was an emotional wreck watching the film. Not only am I sick, but I was emotional. Just, they really hit the beats of emotion, mixed with great comedy, great chemistry with the majority of the cast. Everybody was extremely convincing in their parts. And I'm so glad that I didn't really know nothing about this film. Thank you to the media and, the marketing for giving us trailers that actually mean something, that gets excited to go to the theater. We already sold. We're already going to go for Star Wars. But they gave us trailers like trailers, all trailers should be. Give you a little taste and hopefully entice you to go see the film. I really appreciate that as well. I'm glad I didn't know anything about this. I'm excited now, after I've talked about this film, to go and check out what my friends have been saying about the movie, and also listen to the people that may have not liked the film, or maybe had some problems with the film, and that's okay. I appreciate and love all opinions, whether I agree with them or not. But I love this film. I'm grateful for it, and you should see it somewhere. I don't know where at this point, but it will be somewhere on my top whatever best films of 2015. All right, everyone, in the comment box below, let's start a dialogue. Talk about Star Wars, any kind. What are you excited about? Are you excited about Episode 8 and 9 and the spin-off movies? I'm really excited about Rogue One. It comes out in a year, and I'm looking forward to seeing that, especially after watching A New Hope. Very excited to see that. All right, everyone, thank you again so much for checking out my channel and checking out my review. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you found a little bit of entertainment value. I'm sorry if I rambled on a little bit, but I'm not sorry if I've said anything other people have said. It's only by coincidence, because I haven't heard anybody say anything other than my friends that I saw the movie with today. I don't know what I'm talking about. It's getting really late. But anyways, thank you so much. Talk to you later. Have a great holiday. Merry Christmas. Happy New Year. And may the Force be with you always. Thank you so much for watching. Please like, comment, and share this video. And also, please check out these amazing movie websites. And if you enjoyed this review, please click here to subscribe to my channel. And also, please check out all my recent reviews right here on YouTube. Have a great day, live film, find peace, happiness, and harmony in anything and everything you do. And I'll talk to you at my next movie review.